Hi, this is Christina again. Another video um, talking about my story of the law of attraction, how I started really getting to the point where I started using the law of attraction. Some things I did when I was younger, I realized was the law of attraction in action. So that was very helpful for me. Um, but when I first started using the law of attraction, or quote unquote the secret, which it really wasn't always a secret to everyone. Not a secret as much anymore. Some people will accept it, some people will reject it, but I immediately accepted it. Um, and I know with the law of attraction, when I first started, before I used the law of attraction, I usually was broke more often than not. I didn't have any money really coming in after I had whatever amounts of money I had for the month coming in. Let me see, I wasn't a business owner. Um, but not long after using the law of attraction, I ended up um, I started using law of attraction for different things. At first, it started working. I forget exactly what I first started with, but I started buying books like The Key to Law of Attraction, Keep Living the Law of Attraction by Jack Canfield, some other Jack Canfield books. And when I got some more money coming in, those are some of the first books I started checking out after I watched The Secret. When I first started watching The Secret, I watched it on YouTube when they had it on YouTube for free. Then I bought another copy of it. I had more money, a little bit more money that time, but by the time I really started utilizing the law of attraction, I noticed that I manifested getting pneumonia because I was focusing on it. Like I was afraid of getting pneumonia. I was like, oh my gosh, I get pneumonia. But I had it once when I was 21, but it was worse that time because I almost died at that time. I said this in another video, but I know you can hear me better with this video than you could with the other video because some people said, oh, can't hear you. But it was old computer, it was a Toshiba. This is a HP, better volume for videos. So having a lot of good experiences with this computer. So I'm glad about that. So I'm grateful for that. I manifested my computer with the law of attraction, but I'll tell you about that later. But when I first got pneumonia, I was in the hospital between, it was February 24th or 26th, something like that, late February to March 3rd of 2012. I had pneumonia, I had a bacterial infection and pneumonia. It was supposedly worse um, than the first time, but then the first time I almost died, so it was probably equally as bad. But it wasn't as bad of pain as what it was when I got pneumonia the first time. But I got out of the hospital. I was focusing on positive thinking, positive thoughts, being healed. I was saying to myself, I'm healed. I'm getting out of the hospital on this day, that day. By the time I finished, it was the 3rd of March. So I ended up focusing on that. Didn't really pray about it to my higher power as much, but I wanted to use law of attraction, but that's still a form of prayer. Um, but I ended up focusing on being healed, focus on positive thoughts, kept my thoughts positive, didn't let any negative thoughts enter my mind. And by the 3rd of March, I was out of the hospital. Still felt not as well, but then by the 8th of March, 5 days later, I had a doctor's appointment. Um, and I ended up getting to the doctor's appointment, and the doctor said by that time my lungs were clear, and I had no sign of the bacterial infection, and I had taken antibiotics in the hospital. Might have been taking them on the way. Well, I was out of the hospital. I can't remember right offhand, but I think so. Um, but by the time my birthday came on 8th of March, I didn't have a bacterial infection. My lungs were clear. I was totally healthy. So it took 5 days altogether for me to be fully healed from it, but I was still focusing on that. I knew I'd be healed. People in my family were telling me, "Oh, you got out of the hospital too fast. You're gonna have to go right back in." I never believed it. I never let it get to my mind. I never thought about it once. I said, "No, no, I didn't get out of the hospital too soon. This is right when I needed to get out of the hospital because I wanted to get out of the hospital for the weekend, not so I can go out, but so I can rest." Um, So I got to rest on that Friday. I think I got to the hospital by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Um, had my humidifier on, working with that. Left it on off and on for 5 days. Got home after my doctor's appointment. Just so grateful throughout the whole time before I even got to um, my home. But I ended up getting healed. So that is one thing. One part of my story. Because before even using law of attraction, I didn't have much at all. I had some clothes, some this, some that, but it wasn't enough. I ended up having more money coming in after using different affirmations from the movie The Secret, like money comes easy and frequently. That started helping me a lot. Sometimes I forgot about it after a while, but I lost weight using the law of attraction. A couple different times I did, but I have to make sure I stop like focusing on like the opposite of my ideal weight. Focus on that and not like focus on whatever negative things or feelings I shouldn't be thinking anyway. But I know that's one way I've learned the law of attraction does work. It's helpful. And I've gotten a whole lot more money coming in using the law of attraction. Um, I went from having not many books to more books, more not much money and then more money. I went from having not much money coming in, being broke, living paycheck to paycheck, not having more money at the end of the month to having more money at the end of the month. And went from not using affirmations more often to using affirmations, reading more like I usually love to do, finding more things I'm interested in reading, which have been a lot of different law of attraction books by different authors like Jack Canfield. Some Joe Vitale books I have read. I have a lot of his books. To writing affirmations, speaking affirmations. Just have to keep it up more often is what I've realized for myself and even for other people. If they want to keep seeing results, just keep doing the work. It's helpful. You don't have to do it all day long, but set aside some time. I think I've known for me it's preferably in the morning, and sometimes if I'm not really like um, too busy with everything, I focus on them in the evening or during the day. So they're helpful to use. But I went from not long ago not even using money comes easy frequently to using it more often. But I know the one thing I noticed about myself is I have to get myself out of like some kind of a lack mentality. Like I can't like focus on not having the money or having a little bit of money left over because whatever you focus on grows. Even if you do have more money coming in, if you do have more money left over, I would celebrate that. I celebrate being healthy when it comes to the healing I've gotten before. There have been things that I've heard from different people that have been inspiring to me when it comes to law of attraction. But definitely, it's really helpful to, for me, I know it's really helpful to use law of attraction to get more of what you do want. But I know for me, I realized even with other people, you have to really focus on not the absence of it. Focus on like being grateful for it. Just say thank you to God, the universe, your higher self, source, um, because definitely that can definitely give you um, more to be grateful for. That can definitely give you more because I was always grateful for my healing when I was in the hospital. And afterwards, when I got out of the hospital, I was grateful for my healing. I was grateful for it. I was always really feeling really upbeat. The better you feel, the better your life is going to be more often. Um, and I know that when I don't react, I notice like a different thing in law of attraction. When I don't react to something or someone, it's a better situation. So I didn't react to certain things or certain people, and that's always been better for me to go without reacting. So I know that like with the law of attraction, universe responds to whatever reactions or responses that you give. So like if someone was upsetting me, I didn't react to it. I just didn't say anything, listened to what they had to say, and walked away after the conversation was over because I had nothing to say because I didn't. I chose not to react to it. Um, Focusing on what I do want more often and to get rid of distractions and get myself away from that and just focus on whatever positive things that I would like to have in my life, and just focusing on those things, visualizing them. I started visualizing more often, got myself down to the perfect weight for my body that I thought, but I ended up letting someone or somebody rather, somebody or some people, some family members talk me out of having that weight. And I'm thinking, why? Why would I do that? Like, that just messed me up. So I'm in the process of slimming down some other part of me, and you can't see right now. But I'm not like, I guess you could say I can't say I'm fat, but just want to flatten my stomach a bit more and whittle my waist. But I know the thing about that is you can't think fat thoughts about yourself and say, oh, feel like you think you're so fat, like your stomach's so fat, because that will knock you back into or keep you in that place where you're heavier or more heavy set if you're heavier than that. Um, but that's one thing I'm working on now that's helpful. I have to figure some way I can actually go back to or to the point where I focus on having less weight around my middle because I've done it before. So I have to figure out a way to go without gaining any more weight when I eat more food often. I don't always eat that much, but usually I don't eat that much anyway anymore. For some strange reason, I don't. But I don't know, just my stomach got smaller. But just like, I'm not sure, maybe the carbs, but I have to work on that to where I don't have as many carbs. But then some people say carbs do put weight on you, but I do want to be, for me, a type of person that can eat whatever I want and not gain weight. So I'm going to work on that, and I'll let you know how that goes. Right. It's Christina again, and if you like this video, hit the subscribe button, the notification beside it to notify you of different videos. I don't always post every week, but when I do post often different videos that are helpful for me, might be helpful for you. But if you found this video helpful, share with your friends, like it, thumbs up, and share on social media. And I'll talk to you later. See you in the next video.